It was a fun one. It was a fun one. It was exciting to be a part of this group, fairly new group, a new coach, new coaching staff, new players. I thought we did a great job of getting better each and every day. And me as a leader, I'm very proud to be a part of such a group that fought for each other every night, sacrificed, and we're great teammates throughout the whole season. So it was definitely fun.
Kevin, when you make your decision this summer, what are the factors that go into that decision?
Just when I sit down and think about it, man. To be honest, I really haven't put that list together, I guess. But just being around great people, being in a great basketball environment. That's the two most important things for me. That's all I really care about. Who I'm gonna be doing life with every single day, who I'm gonna be playing basketball with every day.
Kevin, around March, there was a report that you were looking to be recruited and courted like LeBron James in your free agency, the way he was back 2 years ago. I mean, taking multiple visits to cities, listening to pitches. Is that what you want?
I never said that. That's not who I am. No, I mean I'm whatever this thing entails, I'm willing to take it head on. But I'm not that type of person. I mean, that's not really, like I said, my two most important things for me is being around great people and having fun playing basketball. So all that other stuff that comes with being who I am or being in this position is not really for me. It's not really what I'm concerned with. So I never said that. Obviously, you could say that about any player in this position. So, but yeah.
The strides that you've made in all aspects of your life.
Yeah, me and Sam was just talking about that just now. I was in his office at the same time. Well, not the same time, but around this time last year, and on the scooter in the cast. So, a lot has changed in a year, and just grateful that I got to, I was able to stay with it and keep my head focused to, move past that phase and get, making it to this point. That's an accomplishment for me in itself. So it means a lot. It means a lot that I had the support here, the people here to help me kind of get through that time. And it was definitely something I'm always going to remember and just know I learned a lot of lessons from that time as well. So, it's cool. It's cool to be here walking.
The fact that you've been through long playoff runs before, but because you missed all of last year, did you appreciate this a little bit more than others?
Yeah, most definitely, man. I was so excited. I'm sure you guys could tell. The first few games in the playoffs, I was just so excited to be a part of that atmosphere again and to be back on that level. It was just amazing. I appreciate every single moment. I always revert back to me being injured because that was first time something got taken away from me that I love so much, and it just made me appreciate every moment, because you easily talk about, the end result of things, but, the whole journey, we talk about the end result. If it's not where it should be, then it's a failure. But I look at it as like, look, man, this is an important part of my life. This memories is something I'm always going to carry, and it was just great to be a part of. To be on the court playing in that atmosphere again.
How much of a challenge was it?
The fans here are very loyal, and they're obviously anticipating your decision. What would be your message to them for respect of what you're going through and maybe to honor what you're going through? What would be your message to the fan base?
Well, just know I respect, the fans here. I love them. Obviously, is something that I'm try to take care of with my close family and friends, my close, my tight-knit circle that I have. And, it's not like I'm trying to keep anything away. It's just that it's something that is so important, and it's just a huge decision. I want to keep it within, the people I trust just to, I guess, just to keep it there, I guess. I don't know. I just want some time to like really decompress and reflect on this season, so I can, move on with this summer and move on with the, this whole process. So it may seem like I'm not talking, I'm not giving information or whatever, but I'm just really trying to make sure, I tie everything up properly and make this thing right. So. you know, kind of hard explaining that question, answering that question, but hopefully you got what I meant.
The idea of a one-year deal has kind of been floated out there a lot. What's kind of your thought process of potentially a shorter-term deal can make you a lot more money down the road?
It's too soon, bro. I really haven't thought about that. Yeah, I'm sure I'll talk to who I need to talk to figure out the numbers and all that stuff that goes on. But right now, like I said, I'm still reflecting. I'm still in Game 7 mode right now. I'm still trying to get out of that, and I'm just reflecting on a year and hanging out with my teammates. These next few days while we all here in OKC. I think that's one thing I'm really focused on right now. But once give me, like I said, a few weeks to really wind down a bit, and then I'll start having those discussions.
In your tight-knit circle, Russell Westbrook's obviously got a decision a year from now, too.
Yeah.
I mean, is he part of the people you'll talk to, about the future?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk to, one of my teammates. Obviously, we've been through a lot. We know each other very, very well. But it's one of these things where I just I got to just hear from me and hear like what I want and talk to myself on what I need and how I can make this thing work for myself and just try to be a little selfish a bit. And obviously I want to ask for advice, but I also want to make the decision that's best for me. And I'm sure at some point me and Russell will sit down and talk. But he's put no pressure on me. He's been just great in this whole thing and just being my friend. And I think that's one thing I needed throughout the whole year, throughout this whole process, is just people to be my friend and worry about me as a person.
You handled seemed like you handled this whole year and all the uncertainty about your contract. Seemed like you handled it really well. Billy talked about how much he appreciated that. Did it wear on you at all? And is it something you'd like to avoid if possible so you don't have to do this again? I mean, does a multi-year contract appeal to you just so you don't have to go through another year of all this uncertainty?
Like I said, this why I'm fumbling over my words a bit in this press conference, because I really haven't, like the question you guys are asking, I really haven't wrapped my mind around it yet. Since it's so fresh of us just coming out of the playoffs, I really haven't thought about next week more so than next month or what's going to happen. I just try to stay in the moment as much as I can, and I think I'm still in that moment now that I can't really say. But like I said, I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out, and just get away from the game, get away from all of this stuff for as long as I can, and come back refreshed. So that's my main concern.
Kevin, 9 years with this franchise, as you reflect, what are you most appreciative and thankful for?
Just the way we built this from the ground up, just the journey that we all took together from the ground up. Sam and I were talking, and he was just like, we started in the roller rink, and we made it to like Western Conference Finals year after year, made it to the finals before. We have so many individual, accolades that come through here, from, MVPs to first team All-NBAs to, all this stuff that comes through here. And the brand Oklahoma City is just so world known now. And I think that just shows how much the organization, put the players first and put basketball first. But also put the community and and this whole atmosphere. We grouped it all into our organization and made it one, and that kind of drove us to where we wanted to go. So, just knowing that, I think that's what I'm so proud of, and just to be a part of something that started really from nothing.
How do you expect what just happened in the playoffs and your young core, Steven Adams, those kind of guys playing as well as they did in the playoffs? How do you think that might affect your decision as you kind of look at what this core could become?
Well, I liked how those guys play, and I think the next phase, for all of us is, what are our decisions going to be this summer? If we're going to work on our game to come back even better, or we're going to be excited about what we did and be complacent, or we're going to want more. I think that's the next step for us all is thinking of how we can all be better. And I know these guys, man. I know them. They work hard, from Steven to Dre to Dion. They work extremely hard. So I have no regrets that I have no, doubts that they'll all come back better, or, so that's definitely a huge part of it. I enjoy playing with these guys all year. I enjoy, helping and learning from them as well. So, you know, I have no doubts that, you know, we'll all come back a better group.
How were you able to put aside the hoopla?
What has Oklahoma City meant to you in your career, on and off the court? You kind of spent your whole adult life here, in a way.
Yeah, you're right. I have. You know, I have. It's home. You know, I've been here for 8 years, and you know, the time has flown by. You know, time you don't really know. You know, the time flies when you're having fun. That's what I heard, and I think, you know, as time is going past so quickly, I've learned so much about myself by being here as a basketball player and as a man. You know, I've been through a lot of different experiences just in this city, and you know, something I'm always going to remember.
How were you able to focus this season, put aside the hoopla, dealing with all the questions? How were you able to remain focused?
Well, I just try to make it about the team, make it about my teammates. It's unfair to the organization and to my teammates to be distracted. You know, I had to be the best me I can be, and I think, you know, I was proud of how, you know, I was able to stay in the moment, and that has been a struggle for me, you know, as a young player in this league, and so I was staying conscious of being in the moment, and I was proud how I stayed there, especially throughout the playoffs and the regular season. So it was just all about, you know, worrying about today. And once tomorrow get there, I worry about that. That's always that's who I've been the last few years, just taking it day by day.
Kevin, I get that you haven't thought about the specifics of free agency. That makes total sense. But have you thought about kind of what it means to you and your family, considering how far you've come, and kind of now you're in this position to where you're, you know, the center of attention, even if that's not a place where you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you and you know, the rest of your family?
I mean, my family, you know, they're proud of me, excited for me, happy that I'm in this position. Not the free agent stuff or none of that, but just being a basketball player and fulfilling my dreams that I had, that they all seen as kids. They're happy that I'm at this point. And they just know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the hard work, you know, and all of that, and, you know, the dedication and love and passion that I have for this game. So they can appreciate, you know, the grind and how much I sacrifice. And, you know, but they just still look at me as Kevin, little Kevin. You know, one of the youngest guys running around the house as a kid. I think that's how all my aunts and uncles and my mom and my older brother, they all look at me as little Kevin. So that's a great feeling to have when you have so many people surrounding you and wanting to know about what you're going to do, and then you can have that balance of family and friends just appreciating who you are to the core. And I think that's what helped me get through this year and helped me get through my injury, helped me get through it all. So definitely appreciative for that. But it's kind of new for me to be, you know, everybody wanting to know what I'm going to do and all this stuff. So it's kind of different and kind of new for me, but I'm learning along the way.
What did you see from Billy from the start of the year? He called it an adjustment period the first few months, to losing Monty to the playoffs and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, anything great takes time, and I think he did a great job. You know, everybody wanted quick results, and we knew that, you know, it's going to take some time for us to get used to his coaching style, for him to figure out how every player responds to things, different personalities he has to juggle as a coach. That's hard to do, and being expected to go far in the playoffs, you got to give him some credit. He did a great job of, you know, getting everybody locked in every single night. We won 55 games. I thought we should have. We talked about it last night. Me and a couple of guys, we should have won 66, 67 games easily this year. And I think that's all because, you know, he gave us that vision from day one that we can be one of the best teams. And I think, you know, having Coach Monty around and then having him, you know, the tragic accident that happened, you know, midway through the season, he kept us together. You know, he kind of drove the ship and helped us do that. And then, you know, with the stuff that happened with, you know, Mr. McClendon and Deion's brother, and, you know, so much stuff that went on throughout the season that's not normal for a first-year coach coming in. You know, he wasn't a deer in the headlights. He did a great job for us, man. He really deserved a lot of credit for where we were, you know, a couple days ago.
There's been a lot of speculation that if you guys had won the title, it would make your decision pretty pat, just to stay. But some other people said if you'd won a title, you might think, oh, my job is done, maybe I'll try something else. How does the lack of a title so far affect your decision?
Barry, you're gonna drive yourself crazy if you listen to everybody, man. Cause you look like you ain't know what was going on when you asked me that question. So, like I said, the most important thing for me is the type of people I'm going to be around every single day, and if I'm enjoying playing basketball, that's the thing I really want to center everything around. And I love my teammates here. I love playing basketball here, and so that's what's important to me. Obviously winning a championship is what we all want to do, but at the same time, you want to be around good people. You want to be in a good environment, so a good culture. So that's most important to me.
Did you feel you grew as a player this season?
Me, I thought I was more cerebral than anything. Like, I tried to figure out which ways. Teams were playing me different ways. I couldn't wrap my mind around how a team was going to play me from night to night. I didn't know. Boston might play me different than Golden State or Philly or, Cleveland or Miami. So I had to really think going into every game, how I'm going to be effective on the offensive end, defensively, how I'm going to disrupt. And I thought constantly thinking the game has helped me out. And that from sitting out and watching the game, that played a huge part in it. So, I learned a lot about myself as a player. And then, just being the leader, I thought I took huge strides and learning my teammates better, knowing what they need to be encouraged, to be, knowing when they need somebody to, kind of lift them up, and knowing when they need somebody to get on them as well, and also listening to them when they got something to say to me. I thought I learned a lot and grown in that area, and I thought that was important for my growth as a player.
How long will Game 6 linger, do you think?
I had to get rid of it the next day because we had a Game 7, But when you look at the grand scheme of things, when you look back at it, I tend to look at the whole run, not just one game. And I know that was an important game, but I look at the whole run from the regular season to the playoffs. And I was just so happy with our team and how we fought every single night, and with myself. This was the first year where I didn't care about wins and losses. I just went out there and tried to play free, and I think that's when I played my best basketball. So, I could live with anything that happens in between that. So when, losing sucks, like I said, but when you give it your all and when you do things the way you want to do it, you have no regrets walking off that court, and that's how I felt.